do you find attractive?
Maybe like 1%.
1% of men you find attractive.
Maybe like 0.5. Not very many. Like maybe 5 to 10%.
15%.
15%.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very low. I really don't know. Probably under 10.
Under 10%.
Yeah.
Okay.
10%. Top 10%.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why are you sitting here asking skinny people what percentage of men are attractive? Unless we're talking about maybe Asian men, because they're more likely to be thinner. Most other men are overweight, and considering you're asking quite a few people of the white race, it kind of makes sense. A skinny person of the white race, you would kind of expect to feel that way, because most white men are fat. Now, this isn't a dog or an attack on white men or anything. You know, everybody knows my preference is white or Hispanic, and these are the most obese men of America. It just is what it is, you know. So if you're a skinny person, we're the minority in America. Across the board, we're the minority, right? So if you're a skinny person and you're attracted to skinny people, the percentage of men that you're going to be attracted to is a very small percentage of the population. It is what it is. So, like, you saying only 10% of men are attractive, well, you know, let's just take white men, for example, since they're the majority of America. 75% of white men are fat. So automatically 75% of the majority race of men are unattractive. Obviously. Because you're fat, you're unattractive. Duh. And that's an obvious thing. Then on top of it, you got, of the skinny people, you got the skinny fats. And many people are not attracted to the skinny fats. What if you're not skinny fat? I'm not skinny fat. Then I shouldn't be attracted to a skinny fat man. I mean, who is attracted to a man with more fat than themselves? Do you understand that women are supposed to have more body fat than men, right? So if you are a skinny woman, why the heck would you ever like a man who's skinny fat? That man has more body fat than you do. Might as well like a woman. You know, he's got all the curves a woman has, too. You know, that's what they, like skinny fat men, they got male boobs, basically. You know, they got the curves, okay? Then on top of it, it's not just that. It's also the fact that, you know, some people have different preferences in skinny men. Like, say, for example, you aren't into muscles. You don't like big muscles. Like, for me, personally, I don't like big muscles. You know? So there's skinny men who don't quite fit the whole skinny category that I'm attracted to. So I'm attracted to specifically skinny men. Like, skinny. Not fat, not muscle. Like, I see his build very well. Okay, I like to see his bone structure very well because he's skinny, he's very trim, he's very low fat, low muscle, like skinny. So, and there are other people who don't like the skinny man, by the way. Some people like muscular men. So, see, this is going to become a smaller category of men that you're attracted to. So, you could basically cut that population of skinny men into a fourth, basically. So now it's not just 25% of the, for example, white men. Now it's 1/16th of white men. And then, on top of it, now I just went down to weight here. I didn't talk about age. I didn't talk about actual attractiveness. I'm just talking about the obesity pandemic, which makes everybody unattractive at this point, But, if you actually basically go down to the fact of age range. Okay, so people have different age ranges they're attracted to. Like, personally, for me, I like men in their 20s. I like early 20s. I'll be lenient and say everyone in their 20s, maybe even early 30s, just to say everyone I can possibly find attractive. Sometimes I can find men in their early 30s attractive. It's just like not in the sense of wanting to have sex with them. But you just said attractive. That doesn't mean specifically that I want to have sex with them. I could think they're attractive physically and still not want to have sex with them. So I'm not including that. I'm just going to use anyone I could potentially find attractive. That's anyone basically under the age of 33 and over the age of I am starting to start finding 18-year-olds attractive, so I guess you could say over 18. Somewhere around there. I just think that I would find some 18-year-olds attractive, so whatever. I don't know. I guess you could stretch it out to basically 18 to 33, somewhere around there. Most men are not in that age range, Of men today, we have the 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, the 90-year-olds, the centenarians, and then we have the 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, so forth. 6-year-olds, upper 30s, of which I don't really find attractive. So we would probably put that 1/5 of the population already, because that age range bracket that I brought up, 18 to 33, is probably like 1/5 of the population, maybe less. But I'm trying to be liberal with this, so then I could get, just try to be a little bit liberal. So just going off age range and weight now 1/5 of a 16th of the white male population. Now at this point, I'm going with 1/80th of the population, which is a little over 1% of the population. It's like 1.2% of men I could potentially be attracted to. Now, I haven't even gotten to people I'm attracted to and people I'm not attracted to. So now, I guess you could half in that number. Really, honestly, for me personally, for really getting really honest, I like men who fit a physical attractiveness on their face of about 7 to 10. Then also added to that, I do have a hair preference. I'm leaving the hair preference out because I can sometimes find people attractive regardless of the hair preference. See, I'm being very liberal here. I'm not adding a lot of things here. I just said being overweight is unattractive, and it should be to me. I'm a skinny woman. And then being someone who is old is unattractive. It should be. I'm a young woman. I'm within the range of 18 to 33. So, of course, for me, that should be my preference. And then, thirdly, the other thing I would say was people who I'm finding attractive, right? Because that's what you're saying, you're asking about. Well, then that would be at least half. Because I'm saying on the poll of 1 to 10, on average, they say average is 5. That means most people fit into 5, right? So you would say above 50 percentile and looks, I guess you could say. So, and for me, really, honestly, it's above 70 percentile, honestly. But if we're just going to be a little bit more lenient here, it should be like 0.6% of the population, the white male population, is a population of men that I could potentially be attracted to. Really, honestly, it's probably more along the lines of about 0.46. But, and it's probably very close to 0.5%. But like I said, yeah, I'm not even really being very picky here at all. I just said someone I find attractive, right? So the minimum things would be not being fat, not being old, and actually being attractive to me, right? And of course, that's not my fault that most men are old. That's not my fault that most men are overweight. Being overweight is something you guys can change, but you guys constantly ignore that. You never pay attention to the fact that you're overweight. You never pay attention to the fact that you're skinny fat. I mean, this guy here, I think he might fit into the skinny fat category, honestly, because his chin is a little weak, and his face is rounded. Skinny fat is a thing you can change. Being fat is a thing you can change. Those are things you can change. And you guys never want to talk about fixing your physical appearance, like as far as fixing being fat. You never want to try to basically address that. It's annoying to me because it's like, in the manosphere, they like to focus on women being fat and so forth. When honestly, if we're talking about statistically, especially since the majority of people are white, the fat issue is more of a man's issue in the white race than the female sex. Statistically, white women tend to be thinner than white men, right? So I'm saying the majority of people, because the majority of people in America are white or Hispanic, and both populations, both the white and Hispanic populations, I believe, both have their men as more obese than their women. So the obesity issue and talking about, weight is an issue among men more than women. I'm just saying. So, I mean, of course, obesity isn't an attractive trait. And it's not just that it's not attractive, it's also not healthy for you to be overweight. So, for your own good, you should be caring about losing that weight. The thing is, you guys have an opposite view of obesity to like the black race. For example, black men are encouraged more to be thinner, while black women are encouraged to be overweight. That has to do with the culture of Africans in West Africa. Many black women were encouraged to be overweight, but the men were encouraged to be thinner. But it seems like, I guess, for European and Hispanic people, it's almost like they were more so taught to be overweight, especially white people. It's almost like the white male is taught that being overweight is not a big issue, and it's more emphasized for the woman to be thinner. According to some people, you can see that how it is here. Like a lot of the time, you'll see in the manosphere where they're focused on overweight women, but they won't focus on overweight men. And it's like, among men to women, we're not talking about black people, we're talking about white people. That issue is going to be about mainly men over women, because more men are overweight than women are. It is what it is. Like I said, that's just my opinion on that. I'm just being completely honest. And of course, yes, it's going to be less than 1% of men that are attractive, because most men just let their bodies go and, are overweight. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comment down below. Have a great day. Bye.